I'm about to comment on only one thing said to me after yesterday's videos. That somebody said I should go to university. What would be the point in going to a university that teaches the lies and dribble that you are implementing on the people of this country? The fact of the matter is, I put together a letter. It covers every aspect of everything we've got to say. And I will actually read it to you because while sitting here I can't read it off the page. It says, I and your first names of the family name, living man or woman, do fully and without reservation rescind my vote both at state level and federal level for the following reasons. The voting system used does not conform to the authority given by our supreme law, being the Commonwealth Constitution Act 1900 UK and our 1901 Constitution derived from it. All laws must comply with the authority granted or they are void. You have failed to comply with our laws and our authority granted. Therefore, I fully rescind your right to sit in our Parliament. Remember, the supreme, absolute and uncontrollable authority remains with the people. We are supreme. Our authority is absolute and uncontrollable. We control it, you don't. We control you through our Constitution, and that remains with us, permanent. Under our Constitution, we are supreme and need no authority to remove you. This notice is effectively forthwith. The reason I put it that way is so you will try and understand if we're sovereign and supreme, there is no one else can tell you what to do. They can pass laws for the good governance for you, not over you. I'm not interested in what smart aleck lawyers or know-alls or anybody else have to say. We were hit with a barrage of rubbish yesterday, and when you go back through it, it's absolute nonsense written by clowns who don't want to see or want to disrupt what you're doing and say, oh, look, I said so-and-so and I was right. No, you're wrong. The supreme, absolute and uncontrollable authority is ours. We do not need permission to rescind an authority given. We need, if we go under our Constitution, to change or alter lawfully, it must be done in accordance with the Constitution. This is not what you want. This is what we want. It's our supremacy, our uncontrollable authority, our supreme authority. We don't want you when you do not follow our instructions. How many times has somebody come to you and asked you your opinion on a particular subject or on a particular law they want to bring in? They haven't. They have to. Read your Constitution and comprehend that. All elections are taken at state level. The Commonwealth Electoral Act is a fraud and it's blatant treason. To enforce it is even worse. I won't be answering anything, so I won't even be looking at them. This is purely and simply to say, that's the letter. Who do you send it to? You deliver it personally to your local MP. If they don't say we're not taking it, throw it on the desk and walk out. You haven't committed any offence. Your money puts them there. They're employed by you. Remember, we're supreme and we're uncontrollable. We do not go in there and destroy their office or anything stupid or commit any offences. That is not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about rescinding their right to sit in our Parliament. All you have to do is fill out that letter, sign it, get it witnessed by a friend, not by a JP, because they're all created by them now, outside the laws of this country. You don't have to be a Rhodes Scholar to figure that we do not have to have anything they want to give us. Albo, when he went and decided to recognise a Palestinian state, is an absolute nutcase because he didn't do it on our behalf because he didn't ask us. Has he asked us, do we want a digital ID? No. And those two, or the whole pack of them, are morons. They think we have to do what they say. No, we don't. No, we don't. Our Constitution sets the parameters of how we wish to be governed. In other words, to clear it up for your fickle little minds, you cannot exercise authority unless we grant it. And if it's not granted, it's denied and remains with us. Who says so? Our Constitution. It's the supreme law. It's a law granted to us by the Crown of England, not by the Queen of Australia. Doesn't exist. You are so donkey-eyed by their dribble, the Queen Elizabeth II, Queen of Australia and other realms. Where were the heirs and successors to put King Charles on the throne? But you readily went out and grabbed him and put him on there as King of Australia. There's no such thing. Do you have the right for a Royal Styles and Title Act? No. Did you ask us if we wanted to change it? No. So the Royal Style and Title is that of the Crown of England, because we, under Clause 8, are a self-governing colony of England. If you can't figure that, you go to university. No, go back to primary school or preschool and learn basic English. And sit down and read our Constitution. If you sit down and read it, it is clear. It was made for the average person. Wasn't made for brilliant minds, because there isn't any in this country. All they are is morons, teach social skills and nothing else, and social engineering. Unfortunately, that's basically what you're trying to teach. I don't care. Some very dedicated teachers teach a lot. I've seen them. I've had them when I went to school. We followed what we were taught, which was the law. You follow absolute bulldust because you don't know what the law is. And you're not interested in finding out. We tried for years actually giving constitutions to some politicians. They cost us just under $150 each. We gave it to them. We gave them untold sections of acts and statutes and everything else which are binding under the 9 clauses of the Constitution. What did they do? Ignored it. Why? Because they follow the political parties. They do not vote for us. You know? We should be teaching our kids how to think. And that starts at a very young age, when you don't want the rubbish pushed around and shoved down the neck of your kids. When you want your kids to know about the their sex and all about sex, that is your business, not theirs. You have a responsibility under the common law to look after your kids, to chastise your kids. Age-related punishment, I get that, but not say, oh, come on, little Johnny, you sit in the corner and be a good little boy. You morons, it doesn't work. Sit in that corner, do what you're told, and stay there until I tell you. When they go to get out, go back to the corner. I say, you follow me. I'm responsible for you until you're 18. Now do what you're told. That is age responsibility, not your stupid dribble, oh, please don't do that. It didn't work, it doesn't work, it's been tried since the early 60s, and it does not work. There are a lot of kids you have to say very little to. I got 8. Some you say a little to, some you say a lot to, others you don't. But it's your decision how you discipline your kids. And they'll grow up with a brain, and that is very good. They need to be objective in everything they do. They need to listen to older people who learn, not necessarily me, learn how things work. Somebody had to experiment, and in years gone, thousands of experiments have been carried out, and they know what they're talking about. We do not need to listen to your absolute dribble who says, oh, the teacher knows everything. No, they don't. The teachers are like everybody else. They're learning. And if you're any good as a teacher, you'll be learning the rest of your life. and I'm not criticising anybody, everybody goes through a learning cycle. It starts at birth and finishes when you're in the grave. If you think it's any other way, it's not. Anyway, getting back to the main issue, the letter's there. I respectfully suggest you use it. You serve it on your local politician. You send a copy to King Charles III. The address is on the internet. If you're listening to this, you're on the internet. Go on there and look it up. No, I'm not going to give you email addresses and addresses of people that you want because you're too lazy to go on it or can't find the time. Make the time. This is your country. You're losing it to clowns and morons who want to give it to the United Nations, who we didn't vote for. This is not a socialist communist experiment. It's not a Muslim, a Catholic or any other experiment. You come to this country, follow our customs and beliefs, pack up or get out. That's your choice. You don't like the way we live, get out. Go back to where you were taught the stuff that you have. I'm not saying it's wrong. I'm just saying you're not taking over this country. Why? Because as one of the 27 million people in this country, I say so. Ask the rest, what do they say so? Do we want what you bring here? No. Do we want you marching over our bridge up to our opera house and inflicting what you think on us? No. You come to this country, you behave accordingly, according to our laws, our customs, our beliefs, and you assimilate into our society, or we invite you to get out. Bye. Don't let the door hit you on the back on the way out. So thanks very much. I'm not going to rattle on all day. I've had enough to say. The letter's there, as I said. I've got other work to do, and it doesn't entail staying on here all day. So you have a lovely day. Thank you.